Today is an interesting day that we are watching out for on the back of what's happening in the pharma space. You have Novo Nordisk, which has gone ahead and actually launched its GLP-1 diabetes drug in India. My colleague Agni is at the event, and in fact, he has been in a conversation with Vikrant Shrotriya, MD at Novo Nordisk India. Let's quickly listen into that conversation.
Right, so we are joined by Vikrant Shrotriya, Managing Director at Novo Nordisk India. The company has just launched their drug WeGovy, which is meant for obesity patients, and what kind of a market the company is targeting. So Vikrant is here to tell us more about that. So Vikrant, do tell us in brief about the WeGovy drug and the addressable market share that you have for it in India.
No, thank you very much, and this is quite a momentous occasion, and we are very pleased to launch WeGovy in India, which is actually semaglutide, and it is being launched from 0.25 to 0.5, 1 milligram, 1.7 milligram, and 2.4 milligram in disposable devices. So one pen will carry 4 dosage, and that is fantastic because patients can actually take the injection for semaglutide at their home. Now, the question about the market share, I think that's not something very important. We are a very purpose-driven, patient-centric organization. But what is very important is 254 million people with obesity, and very few are actually taking the medication for the treatment. So there is one end of diet and exercise where probably 3 to 5% weight loss can happen, and it is not managed over a long period of time, and then you have got bariatric surgery. In between, for such a large population, there is a vacuum, there is a gap, and we are trying to address that gap. And if we are able to address that gap, I'm sure that you will agree that the byproduct is also going to be good commercially. But the focus is how patients can benefit.
So, sir, behind me we see a set of 5 pens, and the pricing was something that the pharma market was keenly watching. So, can you tell us what the pricing for the pens are?
Yeah, the pricing for the pen, we have what we really call is the smart pricing. 0.25, 0.5, and 1 milligram. They are priced at 17,345, and that means that weekly treatment for all the 3 stents is actually 4,336, and that is actually very, very good because patients start with a dose of 0.25, they escalate to 0.5, and then they go for 1 milligram. Then we have got 1.7, which is 24,280, and then we have got 2.4, which is also rightly priced 26,015. So it is priced very smartly right in the beginning so that patients can start and they can escalate without having a hole in their pocket.
Right, so my next question would be again with respect to your rival who had a first mover advantage in India, Mounjaro by Eli Lilly. So as we know, the pricing is competitive right now, but Mounjaro is again priced slightly lower, below what you are offering, and there are also headwinds ahead in the form of semaglutide losing its patent. There's already people in the market who are currently making their generics around it. So do tell us more about how you plan to tackle this first mover advantage which Eli Lilly has in India, and what is the course ahead that semaglutide loses its patent?
I don't think so. We are rivals. I think we are friends.
Right. In fact, we've just lost little audio on that one, but that's an interesting one coming in, where pharma companies are actually betting big on the weight loss drug. In fact, let's quickly look at what the competition is doing. You have companies like Glenmark, Dr. Reddy's, Sun Pharma, all of them are in queue. In fact, we've just got the conversation back here again. Let's quickly listen.
The same pricing for escalation of the dose to 0.5 and 1 milligram. And I think that's a very significant advantage. The advantage also, which the advantage also is that this particular medication is not only for weight loss, but along with the weight loss, there is a 20% significant cardiovascular benefits. The problem is not only weight, which we are actually doing. The problem is that 2 out of 3 patients, they succumb to cardiovascular disease. And it also tackles the burden of cardiovascular disease in patients with obesity. And that's very important for us.
That was Mr. Shrotriya and Novo Nordisk's promising new drug launching in India to a very targeted and large market. Stay tuned for NDTV Profit for more updates.